Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. Today I'm going to be recording a playthrough of this solo game, Maquis. This is by Side Room Games, and this is the Kickstarter version that I'll be demonstrating with. So if you're interested to see how this plays, stick around. So let me explain a little bit about the components that come in this box. It is a rather small box. Like I said, it is just a solo game by Jake Steins. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce his last name, but this is a Kickstarter that I recently received. And as you do this setup, you're going to be putting all of these tokens out that represent things like medicine and food and fake IDs and explosives and anti-aircraft and guns and poison and intel, all kinds of things. And then you've got this patrol deck that is going to be used to randomly put the soldiers and milice patrolmen out on the board to try to stop you. Your goal in this game is as resistance to try to accomplish different tasks. And so our tasks are here at the top, these missions. We have the mission called Officer's Mansion and another one called Milice Parade Day. These are the two that the rules suggest you start with. But the game comes with several other missions here, and they have either 1 star or 2 stars here on these main ones that come in the regular game, and every one of them has a different goal, and it explains the goal and has these little things you have to accomplish. Now the Kickstarter version also comes with these larger mission cards, and these are 3 stars, so these are much more challenging, and each one has, again, a whole set of explanation of how they work. There's also this morale and soldiers tracker, and this on the Kickstarter version is a kind of thicker cardboard with dual layer to keep track of the cubes. And then also the main board has these insets for these extra rooms that you can put in there, and then also insets here to track the day. So to set up, we're going to put this white cube here to start the morale tracker. And in the morale tracker, it tells you in the bottom a little red number of how many patrolmen or soldiers are going to be out there at the turn. And on the start, it says 3. It also tells you the morale. So the morale start value is 6. If it ever gets down below 1, we fail. And as the morale drops, we also see that the number of patrolmen are increasing, which would be, matching our loss of morale. And then you put this red one here on the start for soldiers, meaning that there's only milice out there at the beginning of the game. There's no soldiers. But if you use one of the guns to shoot a patrolman that's a milice, they get replaced by soldiers in the next round. Or if you're other things that come up during the game could cause soldiers to arrive on the game. If this box goes up now, you're going to add a soldier, and they just replace the milice policeman. Then we use the blue cube here to show our timer, and we put it on the start for our days. If we don't accomplish our tasks before we reach the end after the 15 days, we then fail the missions. And then, like I said, these little spare rooms are going to fit in here, but there's different things that happen on the board. For instance, here we can trade money for a gun. Here we can get medicine at the doctor. Here we can get either intel or we can ask for an airdrop. And there's this nice little player's aid here that shows that if you do an airdrop, you're going to add 1 money or 1 weapon or 3 food to one of these empty fields, which are down here, and then you can pick up those goods at the next time. It also shows you what all of these tokens are for, and then how you get them. So you can use a weapon once per turn to remove a milice. You can't remove soldiers because they shoot back too well. You can increase or decrease morale, so whenever you see these eagles, if it's got a minus, you'd be losing morale. If it doesn't, then you'd be gaining morale. You can recruit new workers from the cafe. You actually start with 3 in your safe house, and you have 2 more here at the cafe that you can recruit. All right, and then you've got adding spare rooms. So when you come here, you can pay money to add a spare room, and these are the spare rooms, and they include a lot of different options. So one is a safe house. You start with just this one safe house, and you've got to be able to get your resistance workers back at the end of the round without getting arrested by the police or the soldiers, and so adding another safe house can be helpful. There's a chemist where you can turn medicine, the chemicals of the medicine, into explosives or trade them for explosives. A fixer, you can pay money to use any of these other features that don't end up in the spare rooms. If they're out of the game, you can use the fixer to use one of the other ones. Smuggler turns medicine into food. Propagandist raises the morale. Counterfeiter can get you some more money. An informant gets you more intel. forger can take your intel and your money and give you a fake ID, and then the pharmacist here, you can turn the chemicals of your medicine into poison. And so depending on what your goals are, you might want to focus on particular rooms. If you need explosives, you're going to need to get a chemist into one of your 3 spare rooms, and they're right here. You can also, at this point, trade food and medicine into morale, and here you can trade medicine or food into money, but you lose morale when you do that. And so all of these different spaces have a different opportunity. At the cafe down here, we can pay food to gain more workers into our resistance movement. So that's a quick overview of the game. Let me just kind of play it through to show you how the game plays rather than trying to explain all the rules up front. But first we need to know what our missions are. So this first one, Officer's Mansion, it says, the local commander has commandeered a fancy house north of town. We need to make sure he knows he will never have us cowed. Place a worker on Rue Baradat, which is right here, and Point Levesque, which is right here, and Point du Nord, which is right here. To write about anti-fascist graffiti, place markers during the action phase to track the graffiti. So that's what we use these little yellow cubes for. They'll track when we accomplish these. Once all 3 locations are tagged with graffiti, place a worker here to complete it. So we're going to have to send workers out to those 3 spots, tag it with graffiti as noted by putting these cubes here, and then when we have all 3 places tagged, we can send a worker to the officer's mansion, and that'll show that we've accomplished that mission. For Milice Parade Day, it says the Milice are holding a parade around town. A brave volunteer must show our defiance. They probably won't make it back. Deliver 1 weapon to Rue Baradat. So we have to put graffiti there, and we also have to deliver a weapon, which means first we got to buy a weapon. And we have to do that on parade day. Now the parade days are going to be described here. So which is day 3, 6, 9, 12, and 14. And that's the orange ones. Now we also lose morale anytime this timer track reaches one of those orange days. So that's timing the game, decreasing our morale as the time passes and we're not accomplishing our mission. It says the worker is arrested, increase morale by 1. So in this case, we're going to lose morale because it's a parade day, but we're going to then gain it when we accomplish this because he was able to accomplish the task. Before this mission is completed, the road between Rue Baradat and the fence is blocked on parade days. So any of these orange days here, this road will be blocked and we won't be able to bring our workers back to try to get them to a safe house. So those are our missions. That's what we're trying to accomplish. And let me just go ahead and kind of play through a game to show you how it works. And then hopefully that'll help you decide if this is a game that might be right for you. So the first thing we do is we take one of our workers and we decide where we want to put them. So I'm going to put them first here at the grocer, and that's going to get me food at the end of the turn. And then after we place one of our resistance workers, we turn over a patrol. Now all the patrol cards have 3 locations. This is Radio B, Grocer, and Black Market. We start at the top and we put a patrolman, and we start only using the Milice. The way we know how many is to look at this tracker like I mentioned before. It says we're going to have 3, which is the red number, or the same number of police as we have resistance workers that are active. And we only have 3 active workers right now. And this says 3, so we're going to place 3 patrolmen. And it tells us to put it at Radio B if it's not already occupied, and it isn't. It doesn't have one of our resistance workers, and it also doesn't have any other police or soldiers. So he goes there to Radio B. Then we get to place another one. Now, I do want to get another worker here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one here, and then I can use the food that I gained from the grocer to hire another person to join our resistance. And then we flip another patrol, and it says we're going to put one at the grocer. Well, we can't do that because we already have a person there. So now we're going to put one at Point du Nord, which is here. All right. Now, I also want to try to get some money, but the only way to really get money is to trade food or medicine. And if I put this worker out here to the doctor to get medicine, and they happen to put a soldier here, it would block this route, and I would have to be able to work my way around. But with only 3 Milice going out there, I think I probably have a pretty good chance, so I'm going to go ahead and risk it. And I might get arrested, but I'll put that 3rd resistance worker that I have over at the doctor. And then we send out the 3rd patrolman, Point Levesque, and that is going there. But right now I do have a route. So we've placed our 3 resistance workers that we have active. We've placed the 3 patrolmen as required, and now we do our actions to see what we've done. So we can bring them back in any order. I'm going to bring this guy back, and he's bringing food with him. And then I'm going to bring this guy back, so he's going to have to come around this way, but there is a route that he can track, and he's bringing medicine with him. And then I'm bringing this guy back, and he's traded food in. So now I put this food back in the category, or in the side collection there. And let's see, let me put these over here to the side so you can see what I have in my stock. He has brought back a resistance worker with him, trading that food for it. And so we've completed our round. We didn't lose any of our resistance workers. And so in the cleanup, we take the different police off and we move this tracker down. We've completed the first day. And that's basically how you play the rounds. And you're going to keep playing the patrols one by one, playing your workers one by one, and looking at the morale tracker and the soldiers to see who's going to be out there and trying to accomplish your tasks. Now we need to eventually get a gun, and we also need to put some graffiti on some of these locations. And so now I'm going to start round 2. I'm going to still put one here, grocer. I want to try to still get some food so I can eventually turn it into money. And so I'm going to put one there, and then we're going to flip another patrol. All right, Point Levesque. So they're going to put one there, and this time they are going to put 4 patrolmen out because it's always equal to how many resistance workers you have, or the red number here, and it's always the greater of the two. And even though that's a 3, I've got 4 workers, so it's going to be 4 patrolmen. All right, let's go here to the black market so that I can trade that food to get some money. I'm going to need money so I can find another safe house, and also need money to buy a gun. So I'm going to need some money here. So I'll do that with my second worker, my resistance fighter, and then they're going to put a policeman in the fence, which is here. And then with my third one, let's see, if I do an airdrop, I can get money, weapons, or 3 food. So I think I'm going to go ahead and, since they haven't taken this spot, I'm going to go ahead and go to radio B and do an airdrop. And then for their third, they're going to send one of the policemen to radio A. All right, now I got my fourth one. Now if I go here to the doctor, he's blocked already. He can't come this way to get back because there is no route through that way because it's blocked by a policeman. And if he comes around here, the fence is blocked, so he cannot get back from that route. And so here are my options. I could, let's see, there's really no place for me to go that's going to give me any valuable help here because there's nothing in the fields yet for me to gather. So I might have hired my worker a little too soon. I'm not going to have extra food to get another worker because I'm planning to use the food to get some money. And that only having that one food, I'm not going to be able to gain any morale here either. So I'm just going to play it safe and put him here in the field. He's just keeping an eye out on things. So he didn't really accomplish anything. And then now we look here, radio B for the patrol. He can't go there. Rue Baradat, he does go there. All right, so the patrol's out, my workers are out, the day is accomplished. Now I just have to bring my workers back. This guy can come back for nothing, he didn't do anything. This guy's going to bring back some food. And then this guy's going to use that food that was brought back and trade it in for money. And then this guy's going to order an airdrop. And so we can choose, do we want to go ahead and get the gun? Or do we want to go ahead and get another money? Or do we want to get 3 food? And so for the food, we could trade for morale. We could trade for more money. We could then use the money to get the gun. So I just have to decide, what am I going to do with that airdrop? And up here, I need to deliver a weapon on parade day. And that's coming up. Parade day is the 3rd day. So if I got the weapon the next turn, let's see. I won't be able to pick it up till the next turn, but then I could no, I think it has to be later. I have to have it first. So I'm not going to be able to get it done on that day, I don't think, since I'm just getting it now. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and get 3 food because that's pretty flexible. So I'm going to put 3 food in a field for my airdrop. So as I bring him back, he's ordered an airdrop, and I'm going to put it here as 3 food. And now we clear off the police and we move down another day. And we're on to the next day. All right, so I've got this foods to use. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to the grocery to get another food. And that also helps keep an avenue open to get back. And then we're going to flip over a card. And the police is going to send one to the fence. All right. Well, I'm going to send another one. Oh, sorry. When I did this black market, I should have lost morale, so this should have gone down 1. All right, so I forgot to do that. And so then I'm going to go to the black market and trade some of that food for money. It's going to knock my morale down again, but I need to do that. So, and then we see, okay, now we've got a policeman going to radio A. All right, and then the next one I'm going to send here to the poor district because now I can turn some of that food into morale to boost the morale that I'm losing by using the black market. And then they are going to send someone to the grocer, which they can't, to the poor district, which they can't, and so the doctor is where they go next. All right, and so for my last one, I want to go here to the field and make sure I get that food so that I can do those other things that I want to do. And now our deck here of patrol has been used up, so we just shuffle it. All right, and for the fourth one, we flip it over, and they're going to send it to the fence, which is full, point du nord, which isn't. All right, so been a pretty good few days so far. So let's see, I'm going to bring this guy back with all the food. All right, and then I'm going to bring this guy back with another food. And then I'm going to bring this guy back and spend one of the food to get some money at the black market, which drops my morale, so I need to remember to do that this time. And then I'm going to bring this guy back from the poor market, and I'm going to trade this medicine that I got from the doctor earlier for a morale, which is going to boost the morale. Oh, I have to do a food and a medicine to raise the morale. So that raised the morale. All right. Now I have 2 food and I have 2 money. And so in the coming rounds, I may want to use the money to buy a weapon. I may want to use the money to buy another room, probably a safe house. But the days are passing. So as we bring these policemen back, we go to another day. And now that we're on an orange day, the morale is going to drop again. So I may want to try to get some more medicine so that I can continue to raise morale with medicine and food. So let's go ahead and play this next round. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some food here again. And actually, no, let's go to Point Levesque, and we'll try to open up an avenue to the doctor that's going to be safer. All right, so we flip this over. And that's a good thing because they were going to go to Point Levesque, but now that I'm there, they'll go to Point du Nord. All right. And then for my next one, I'll go here to the doctor so I can get some more medicine. And the next patrol is going to go to Radio A. All right. Let's see. I want to go here to this spare room, and I'm going to use some money to create a spare room there. I'm going to create a new safe house. And so their next patrol is going to go to the grocer. All right. So where do I want to go next? I'm going to have some medicine, and I'm going to have some food. So let's go here and raise the morale again. All right. And so they are going to go to Radio B. So again, we haven't had any trouble with the police yet. I'm doing the correct number. I have 4 workers that are active. Oh, I think I pulled the wrong one out here. One of these should be at the cafe still. And so I must have pulled them off the cafe instead of the safe house. Here it shows I should have 4 patrolmen out. I've got 4 resistance workers at my disposal. So we're still 4. All right, so it's the end of the day. Everyone looks safe. This guy is going to come back and didn't do anything other than just keep that spot open. This guy's going to come back and he's going to spend 2 money to create a new room. And we're going to create a spare room here, safe house. So now I don't always have to get all my workers back here. They could just make it to there and be okay. And then we're going to bring this guy back from the poor district. Oh, sorry, not yet. We can do it in any order. So we're going to bring this guy back first and get the medicine. And then this guy back from the poor district, he's going to spend a medicine and a food to raise the morale. All right. So that finishes that day. We pick up our workers and we move down the track another day. Now, when I get to day 6, I want to make sure I have a gun, if at all possible, so that I can accomplish that. And I also need to start getting that graffiti out there. So I already have food. I could get to the black market and buy a gun, or I could try to do an airdrop and get a gun that way. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go to the grocer. And so that's going to get me a food. Let's see where the bad policemen are going to come out. The fence. All right, and so for my second one, let's go ahead and go here to Radio A so we can do a drop, and we'll see if we can get them to drop a weapon for us on day 5. And then on day 6, we can deliver it and accomplish that mission. All right, so then their patrol, Radio B. All right. And then our next one, let's see. Let's go here and go to the cafe. We'll use the food that this guy brings back from the grocer to hire a 5th resistance worker. And now they're going to go to Point Levesque. And then for my last one, let's go here to the doctor and get a little bit more medicine. And they are going to send a policeman out to the grocer, which they can't. Poor district. All right. So we are at the end of another round, and we can start bringing our people back. So we'll bring this guy back with his food. We'll bring this guy back, and he's going to spend the food to hire that last worker. We're going to send this guy to this safe house, bringing back the medicine. And we're going to send this guy from this safe house, and he is going to request a gun be dropped in the field over here, airdrop. All right, so we brought everybody back safely. And so now we've got everybody back to start with, and we're down to day 5. All right, so I need to go pick up the gun here. So that's going to be my first work. Actually, my first one. Let's go to the grocer again and make sure we get some more food. And now that I've got 5 resistance workers, there's going to be 5 police out there. So the first police is going to go to radio A. All right, and I need to shuffle these up again. So here on this turn, I want to make sure I get that gun. And let's see, I need to start getting to some of those spots to put some graffiti on there. So Rue Baradat, also Point Levesque, and Point du Nord. So I need to get to some of those places here. Let's see. All right. So my second worker, where should I go? I need to send one. Let's go ahead and send one to Point Levesque here, and we'll do some graffiti. Start getting that one moving. All right, and then they're going to send one to Radio B. All right, I need to send someone. Don't want to forget to go get that gun. All right, they're going to send someone to Radio A, which they already did, Rue Baradat. All right, let's see. I need to get the gun to Rue Baradat, but I need to get it back first. That's going to be next turn. I could try to do more of the graffiti on Point du Nord, but they might get blocked off from any of the opportunities. I think I'll go to the poor district and try to raise some more morale. All right, and so they're going to send Radio B. They can't. Grocer, they can't. Black Market. All right, and then my last 5th worker. I don't have any money. And let's see, that food, what can I do with that food? Nothing really. Let's get some more medicine over here. All right, so we'll go there and get some medicine. And then they are going to send police to Point Levesque, which I'm already there. Then Point du Nord, which they go there. So, all right, and then I can bring them back. I'll bring this person back. He's going to give us the gun. This person brings back food. This person is going to do graffiti at Point Levesque. This person's coming back, and he's going to turn in food and medicine to raise the morale. And this person's going to come back and bring some more medicine. And so we were able to accomplish quite a few things there, even with 5 policemen. And now we go to day 6, which is a parade day, so I want to deliver that gun, but it does mean I lose morale. All right, every time we hit that orange, we lose morale. All right, and so now I need to get the gun. So it says here, deliver 1 weapon to the Rue Baradat on a parade day. So I want to get that done I want to get a person out there right away so that they don't send police there and block me from doing it. Because I need to do it on a parade day, and today is a parade day. So I'm going to go there, and he's going to deliver the gun. All right, that's his task. And then the police come. Grocer. All right, so I can't go there. All right, so where do I want to go next? I also want to get Point du Nord so I can put some graffiti there. So I'm going to put one out there because that's one of the places I need to get some graffiti at. It's a little risky. I may not have an easy way back, and we'll see where the police come out. Radio A. All right. Let's see. I may want to try to see if I can create a safe route for him to get back. He's not going to be able to come this way to get back, but if I take the poor district and Point Levesque, if I can get those 2, I might be able to get him back to the safe house this way or this way. So I'm going to put one of them at Point Levesque just to, yeah, that's my kind of pinch point there. So I'm going to put in there. He's not going to accomplish anything except just keep the route open with kind of reconnaissance maybe. And so intel. All right, so the next policeman's going to go grocer, which you can't, poor district. So, so he got blocked anyway. All right, so that person's going to get arrested. All right, so where am I going to go next? Let's see. If I put him over here anywhere, he is going to get arrested because there's no way for him to get back to the safe zone. If I put him here, I could get some more medicine. So I might as well do that and just get some more medicine. And let's see where this goes. Point Levesque. I've already got someone there. Black Market. All right. And for my last worker, there's not really any good place for me to go to accomplish anything. So I'm just going to put him out here in the field doing nothing. And the last policeman is going to go to the fence. All right. Okay. So bringing them back. These people didn't really do anything except just keep railways open. This guy's going to deliver the gun. And so we've accomplished that task. This guy's going to bring back medicine. This guy's going to be able to get to that safe house after delivering the gun. But this guy has no way to either safe house. He is arrested and he is removed from the game. He has been sent away. So I'm down to 4 workers now. All right, but I have accomplished one of my tasks. All right, now that I'm down to 4 workers, now he was arrested, which means I'm going to lose morale. All right, so now I'm down to 4. So I've got 4 workers, and this marker says 4, so I should be having 4 policemen come out now instead of 5. So it's actually not too bad. And all right, now we go to the next round. This drops to day 7 now, and we've accomplished this when we delivered our gun. And so now we need to make sure we get our graffiti done. So we got Point Levesque, we need to get Rue Baradat, and we also need to get Point du Nord. All right, so I'm going to send one to Rue Baradat to do the graffiti out there, and the first patrol is going to go to the fence. All right, I'll go ahead and shuffle this. Let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. Put them up there at Point du Nord. We'll do some more graffiti up there. And it says, let's see, place a worker on all of those places to write anti-fascist graffiti. Once all 3 locations are tagged, place a worker here to complete. All right, so let's see where the next patrolman goes. All right, so they're going to Radio A. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and send one up here because he's going to be able to, after these 2 graffitis, he's going to be able to accomplish that task showing them that we got it done. The next policeman goes to the grocer. And then for my last one, I'll just go to the poor district right here, and we can turn it into a little more morale. And the next policeman is going to go to Point Levesque. All right. So if I look at my options now, this one, oh, he got blocked. So this one can do the graffiti. He makes it back. So we get that tagged with graffiti. But this one's blocked in both directions. Now I can still get my morale because any of these that have that little star there, you can get morale even though they get arrested. Okay, so you can't accomplish a task even though they get arrested. So I get my morale, but he gets arrested, and so I lose morale. I might have forgotten to lose morale last time that person got arrested. I can't remember if I did that or not. All right, and then this person also can't get back, so they get arrested, which means I lose even more morale. Now I'm down to 2 workers. Oh, and this guy can't get back either. So oh wow, that was a poor round. I did not do that wisely. So now I'm down to 1 worker. I forgot that I need to bring them back safely to do their task. So I'm really hurting here. All right, so I only got 1 guy back safe. That was not a wise use of I got a little too overconfident there, and wasn't thinking through all of my routes. All right, so this guy made it back safe. We're at the end of the round. So can I salvage this game? It's going to take a little bit of luck because now that my morale's so low, even though I only have 1 worker, he's going to have 4 policemen out there. And I need to get graffiti on Point du Nord to make it. So I've got to put him there and just hope that he can find a route to this safe house or this safe house. I'm just going to have to see where the 4 patrol go. So Point Levesque, well, not going to be able to get to this safe house. So as long as he doesn't go to the grocer, I got an opportunity. But if he goes to the grocer, well, I might be able to go around this way still too. We'll see where he goes. Next one goes to Radio B. Okay, that's good. Third one goes to Rue Baradat. Okay, that's fine. I still have a route. And next one, oh, goes to the grocer. So that blocks this route. This guy blocks my route there. This guy blocks my route there. And so he could not do the graffiti. He is arrested, and I've lost the game. Boy, I really got overconfident on that 3rd round. I thought I had it in the bag and didn't pay attention to my routes. So you can see how you can lose a little bit of focus and really get yourself into trouble. And you can lose a lot of workers at once if you're not strategic about where you mark off the routes and where you block off the spots. And I definitely could have done much better. But hopefully that gives you an idea about how the game plays, how you can gain these different resources and then use them, how you can try to accomplish the missions at the same time you're also trying to make sure that you don't get all your workers arrested like I did, because when they're all arrested, you've lost the game. So I was close, but played that 1 round really poorly. So there you have it. That is Maquis, and I played that 1 round really poorly. Didn't think it through, didn't keep my routes open, and so you can see what not to do, but hopefully it helps you understand the game. I played it 5 or 6 times now, and this is just the 2nd time I played it with this setting, the original setting, which should be pretty easy, but I lost my focus there. And the last time I played it, I did win, but I think I've definitely lost more than I've won. This is a pretty challenging game, especially if you start using the level 2 and level 3 missions. They're pretty complicated, pretty difficult. But you can see basically, hopefully, how the game works. And if it was helpful for you to see how the game works, I'd love it if you'd give me that thumbs up down below to show me that you liked this video. It'd be terrific if you'd also subscribe to the channel. If you have questions about how I played or suggestions on how I could play better next time, leave those comments down below as well. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy Indiana, signing off.